I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of colour. So today's video is all about Dr. SHETHS. So Dr. SHETHS is a brand that's quite popular in India and it's 3 generations of dermatologists. So I was actually quite excited to review this brand and dig deep into their ingredients to see which combinations they decide to put together and see if they were good for skin of colour and maybe where they could improve for the next formulation. Okay, so starting off with Dr. SHETHS CICA and Ceramide Overnight Repair. Okay, so the third ingredient is glycerin. Glycerin is a humectant which helps to hydrate the top layer of skin, so that's a great ingredient. They've also got niacinamide in there. So niacinamide is brilliant because it does multiple things. I've done a whole video just on niacinamide which you can head over and have a look at. But niacinamide basically helps to reduce redness, so erythema. It helps to control your sebum levels. So if you've got acne, it's a good ingredient to be putting on the skin. It helps to minimize pores, which is an issue that tends to happen, especially as we age or if you've got oily, acne-prone skin. And it also helps with hyperpigmentation. So it has lots of different functions and it's a very good ingredient for skin of colour. The other positive is that they've got ceramide number 3 in there. I would recommend a minimum of 3 ceramides. I've only got 1 ceramide in this particular product. You know, you would ideally want to be going for 3 to 5 if you're creating a ceramide cream. If the name ceramide is in the title, then people are expecting this brilliant ingredient which helps to restore the skin. So, you know, 1 ceramide is not great. It's okay, but it's not great. On the negatives, it's got wheat germ extract, which is about 5 out of 10 on the comedogenic scale. However, it's less than 1%, so it's not too bad, but I probably wouldn't recommend it if you have oily, acne-prone skin. Now, because not only am I a doctor, I'm also a chemical formulator, so I'm a cosmetics formulator. I actually put formulations together. The purpose has to be very clear when you create a product. And the product here was really meant to help skin repair overnight in a country where pollution is quite a big issue, especially in the cities. And I don't really think this formula meets what I would want in that sort of product. If I was to formulate this product, I would say you want multiple ceramides in it. I would say you would want to add multi-antioxidants. So don't forget, antioxidants work much better in combination rather than on their own because you don't want them to oxidize before it actually hits the skin. So I would add that, and I'd also add squalene. Here they've added squalene at less than 1%, whereas actually I think you would want a much higher concentration of squalene in this particular formula. So it's not a bad formula. It's not going to harm your skin. It's going to be fine even for quite sensitive skin. I just don't think it's a fantastic formula. The second product we're going to be talking about is their daily brightening sunscreen. Now, just to be clear, this is a chemical sunscreen. It's only the 5th and 6th ingredients that are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. That means that they're probably at about 3%. So the majority of the work here are done by chemical sunscreens. If you go over and watch my video on chemical versus physical, I'll tell you who should be wearing what. But just in a nutshell, if you have melasma prone skin or any sort of pigmentation, I would probably avoid this product or any chemical sunscreens. I would tell you to go and purchase a physical sunscreen. That's the bit on the sunscreens. Now, when it comes to the rest of the product is actually quite good. They have emollients in them. Propylene glycol, lecithin, and it's also got sunflower extracts. On the negatives, it's got perfume. And perfume, I mean, if you've watched enough of my videos, you will know perfume is just not good for the skin, especially during the day, because it breaks down under UV and then the byproducts are irritating for the skin. And for skin of color, we can't afford any irritation. Irritation equals inflammation, inflammation equals melanogenesis equals pigmentation. It's just not our friend. So I have no idea why a dermatologist or a family of dermatologists would think that putting perfume in their products would be a good idea, because Honestly, if you went and asked them how many cases of contact dermatitis have they seen between their generations, they will tell you thousands, and the number one cause being perfume. So why would you add it? I don't understand. It's a bit of a mistake, that one, I think. In addition, it doesn't actually tell me the rating. So what SPF is it? Is it 30, 35, 40, 50? What are we looking at here? And you know, we should be wearing SPF 50. And if it's not clearly written on the bottle, how are you supposed to know if you're getting sufficient coverage from this? It's also got in the title Brightening. I don't really know why they put this in the title, because there's no brightening ingredients in this particular product. I think that's just a marketing ploy. Brightening does really well with creams, generally in India. I mean, just look at the whole Fair and Lovely bubble. So yeah, there's no brightening ingredients in this particular product. The next product we're talking about is Gulab and Glycolic Gulab and Glycolic Toner. That is actually a tongue twister. Okay, so the second ingredient is rose extract, and that's actually quite good. It's an antiseptic, it's antibacterial, it's a gentle astringent, and it's actually good for skin of color. So I'm very happy with that ingredient. It's also got very good moisturizers such as xylitol and xylitol glucoside, which I'm also very happy about. The third ingredient here is glycolic acid. So glycolic acid is my worst AHA for skin of color. A lot of people love glycolic acid, and I'm sure they're furiously going to be typing down below, I love glycolic acid. The thing is, glycolic acid can burn the skin. The reason being, it's a tiny molecule, it flies through the skin and can lead to hot spots where you have patches of darkness on the skin. So it's not even the pH of glycolic acid, it's the size of the molecule that I'm not that happy about. It's my least favorite for skin of color. I'd rather you wore a BHA, so salicylic acid. My favorite AHA is mandelic acid. And so I would always actually say steer clear of glycolic acid, you know, regardless of what else is actually in the product. And in this particular product, the good actives, so things like they've got niacinamide and green tea extract, they're all less than 1%, so they're not even in the therapeutic range. So for me, this product is a no. The next product is Dr. SHETHS Multitasking Miracle Cream. What is it with all these tongue twisters? Okay, so the positives are the hydrating effects are very good. It's got glycerin in it. It's also got xylitol and hyaluronic acid. It's got very good pigmentation ingredients. So it's got octadecanoic acid, which is also one of my favorite, and niacinamide. So I actually really like this product until this point. And then, what do you think they went and added? They added perfume. So perfume, as we all know, is the number one cause of contact dermatitis. It's a co-sensitizer, it irritates you to other ingredients in that product. You have delayed reaction. So the reaction doesn't happen straight away. It can happen after years. And you're thinking, you know, why is my skin suddenly reacting? I've been wearing the same thing for years. It's just, and especially in a product that's for pigmentation. Why? I mean, imagine you're going on a date. You're going on a blind date, which is almost what it's like when you're going shopping and looking for skincare. If you're going on a blind date, you need to read the fine print on that website. And if you need to do the same thing with skincare, look at the fine print at the back. If it ever has the word perfume or fragrance, you run. Just run in the opposite direction and save your money, save your skin. I feel like I'm being a little bit harsh. Dr. SHETHS, if you are watching, please, if you just remove perfume, I will do a video for you endorsing this product, because actually the ingredients are very good. You just fell at the last step. Okay, so the next product we'll be reviewing is Dr. SHETHS Basic Brightening Youth Lotion. So again, it starts off really well. There are emollients in it and humectants in it. So it's got propylene glycol, cetyl alcohol, and glycerin. So these are all brilliant for the skin, hydrates the skin, and it helps to repair the skin. It's also got niacinamide in it, but it's probably at only about 5%. Don't forget, when you look at the ingredients list, as you go down the ingredients list, the percentage of active decreases. And often it's very difficult for people to guess almost what percentage they're looking at, and it's only because I'm a cosmetic formulator that I know roughly, okay, so this would be at 3%, that would be at 5%, so this would be at 4%. So you can sort of guesstimate what percentage it is. And with niacinamide in this product, I'd say it's probably about 5%. Now, personally, I prefer 10% to give better results. And also, when you're dealing with pigmentation, 5% niacinamide is just not going to cut it. It's not enough. It's a very good ingredient in combination with other tyrosinase inhibitors, but on its own, is not going to tackle hyperpigmentation. So if you follow me on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, you can see the sorts of before and after pictures that we do. And we do about 30% actives, so 30% tyrosinase inhibitors in the products that we use, which is why I know that 5% niacinamide, just especially for skin of color, you're not going to get much reduction in your pigmentation. In addition, they went and added the one ingredient I wish they hadn't added, which is perfume. By now, I'm sure you're sick of hearing that word. And I'm sick of seeing that word. So, why? And then the ingredients that they actually market, the ingredients that are actually all over their website, is at less than 1%. So they've marketed Japanese citrus extract and orange oil, and it's at less than 1%, so probably not even in the therapeutic index. And there's a bit of a marketing gimmick, and that's the thing that you have to be careful of. It's not enough just to look at something on the title or even something on the website and think, this has got that ingredient. You have to look at the percentage, because it's like having a headache and taking an aspirin or Anadin Extra. If you don't take the correct dose, then it's not going to reduce your headache. Taking half a tablet is not going to do anything. So it's important to know the percentage of active in your skincare. So this particular product, if you break it down, is just a simple moisturizer with a bit of B3, which is your niacinamide, and it's perfumed. So for those reasons, I'm not a huge fan of this particular product. The next product is Dr. SHETHS Antioxidant Repair Cream, which is essential in India because of the pollution and the heat. You definitely are going to have a lot of inflammatory reactions taking place in the skin, which can lead to free radicals, which damage the skin, which leads to aging. And so actually you do want a very effective antioxidant cream for your skin. Now with this product, the second ingredient here is vitamin E, so tocopherol acetate, which is very good. It means it's at about 10%. So brilliant, that's a very good antioxidant, I like it. And it's also got hydrating ingredients in it too. The humectants are propylene glycol, it's got triglycerides, xylitol and dimethicone. So again, it's very hydrating, and at that point I'm loving this cream. They did then go and add perfume, which obviously made me suddenly start to dislike the cream. But actually, if I was to formulate this particular product, I mean, you're creating an antioxidant cream. The only way to stabilize an antioxidant ingredient is to actually put them in combination with each other, because otherwise the ingredients can oxidize in the air in the jar before it even touches your skin. And so you want to combine antioxidants. So you would, for example, put in green tea extract, resveratrol, ferulic acid, vitamin C, any of these together is actually going to be a far more effective antioxidant cream than just vitamin E on its own. In fact, it's very rare to see vitamin E on its own. It works as a stabilizer for other antioxidants. The only other antioxidant that they've got is BHT, and that's at less than 1%. So again, it's unlikely to be very effective. So again, I'd say save your money. I'm so sorry. I really was hoping that this was going to be, you know, one product after another that I could recommend that you can go and purchase immediately. But it actually upsets me more when a doctor has formulated a skincare line and they add ingredients that are just not good for the skin and can actually harm the skin. So for me, I would say save your money. Other than the one or two that I recommended, I would say probably avoid. But don't worry, I am going to go through all the other brands in India, and hopefully there will be, you know, one or two products from each range that are fantastic that you should definitely go and purchase. And I will keep working until I can find those products, because I want you to have the best. I want you to have the best for your skin. Please do download your free guide for skin of colour. I've put a lot of love into it, so the link is in the description box. Please send in your comments. If there's any other brands you want me to review, you know I will do it for you. If there's any problems that you're having with your skin, please write it down and I'll make a video for you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm in the comment section for 1 hour after every video launch, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Take care.